Blue Bar Hen. She's a previous combine winner. GB22A 76044. She was our second pigeon last week. She came with the first ones. She was 9th combine, I believe. She's carrying a little bit more weight than what she did last week, but it is going to be a headwind, about 15 mile an hour tomorrow. So they're going to have a bit stiffer fly tomorrow. She's actually growing her 3rd flight. Her muscles are popping, but she is nice and pink, but not quite clean enough. She's a little bit heavy, but she's still got that buoyancy with her. Blue Hen. She's an old bush art hen. She'll be going to the Older Hens National. GB18N 21711. Done thousands of miles flying. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. She's actually just dropped her 3rd flight. She's a little bit scaly. She's pink enough. Here we got Joe 90. She's handling the best she's handled all year. So GB21P 04490. And she's growing her 1st flight. She's nice and buoyant. Quite clean. Don't know if you can see the colour, but she's quite pink. Not too dark. She's a little bit dark. She's probably handling the best she's handled all year. Another one bred by Brian and Karen Hawes. This pigeon's only had a couple of races this year. She got cut up after the 2nd race, so she's had 3. So she had last week as well. The ring number is GB22N 30731. She's nice and clean, nice and pink. She's also growing her 1st flight. She's handling good. Checker Hen. She's previously been our first bird twice on those 2 dodgy races. She's handling quite nice. She's only a little tiny hen. GB21P 04276. She's growing her 1st flight. She's probably handling the best she's handled all year. Checker Hen. GB19P 30921. She's nice and buoyant. A little bit scaly. She's growing her 2nd flight. Checker Hen. GB19P 30921. She's nice and buoyant. A little bit scaly. She's growing her second flight. Checker hen. This one was bred by Brian and Karen Hawes. GB22N 61199. Nest mate to the cock. She's handling good. Blown up, plenty of body on her. She's actually just about to drop her third flight. She's quite clean, nice and pink. Dark checker hen, GB22A 76073. First pigeon last week. She's handling good. She's handling nice and buoyant. She's not overly clean, but she's nice and buoyant. She's got plenty of muscle on her. She's about to drop her second flight. Checker cock. This one is the biggest wriggler you'll ever meet. It was bred by Brian and Karen Hawes. GB22N 61198. Checker cock. He's handling good, to be fair. He's got plenty of muscle on him and he's nice and buoyant. His skin is probably the cleanest out of them all. And he's growing his first flight. And he won't drop his second one in the basket. He's within his shape. Checker cock. GB22A 76074. He's nice and buoyant as well. His first flight is halfway up, so he won't drop that second flight yet. He's quite clean. Yeah, he's nice. Blue bar cock. This is an old bush ark cock. He's not going to win the race tomorrow, but he's handling good. GB18N 21706. This pigeon, he will be going the next 2 races. I'm hoping to get him into the next National Flying Club race. No, he's still quite scaly. But hopefully get him a little bit better for the national race. He's handling good, he's nice and buoyant. This is the one with a broken flight. I might see if I can glue a flight onto that if he goes to the national. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's just growing his first flight, so he could be right on for the national from St Gogney. Dark checker cock, GB20P 19050. He's nice and buoyant. Probably the nicest one for that so far. He's growing his first flight, about to drop his second. I think he might drop that second flight in the basket. Skin is nice and pink, nice and clean. Feather's nice and soft. Grizzle cock. Ring number is GB22A75887. He's quite clean. Skin isn't quite that right colour, it's a little bit dark. He has got plenty of muscle and he is fidgety. He's growing his first flight. Blue bar cock. This is an old Bushart cock. He's not going to win the race tomorrow, but he's handling good. GB18N21706. This pigeon, he will be going the next 2 races. I'm hoping to get him into the next National Flying Club race. No, he's still quite scaly. So hopefully get him a little bit better for the national race. He's handling good, he's nice and buoyant. This is the one with a broken flight. I might see if I can glue a flight onto that if he goes to the national. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's just growing his first flight, so he could be right on for the national from St Gogney. This pigeon's been fighting with the cock in the next box. They had quite a battle one night. Oh, yeah. But he's still going, blood all over his wattle. Very, very defensive onto his box, a pair of them. This one is GB22A75978. He's a nice cock, he's handling well. He is a bit scaly, he hasn't cleaned up that much. Nice, well rounded. They have had a 25-mile trainer toss this week and quite a few 12 miles. He's actually growing his second flight. This is the cock that's in the next box to the other one that was fighting, as you can see by his wattle. They had quite a battle one night. GB20P19024. He's growing his second flight. He's a little bit scaly, cleaning up a little bit. Skin is a little bit dark. He is a previous combine winner. GB22A75817, blue bar cock. He's just growing his first flight. No, he's just about to drop his second flight. A nice bit of muscle on him. He's well rounded. He's quite clean. Nice and pink. He's he's in with a shout. GB22A 76013, blue bar cock. Nice soft feathers. Could do with a little bit more muscle, but nice and clean, nice and pink. Going his second flight. He hasn't had much racing this year. I don't think he'll be the first, but I don't think he'll be the last.